But 2 days stand out vividly during my school days, and this was, I wrote an article and it was accepted by the Women's Institute, so I'll read it. 2 days stand out vividly during my school days. The first was the Silver Jubilee in May 1935, when King George V and Queen Mary celebrated 25 years of their reign. Every child in the school of Distington took part in a carnival. We were children of the empire. That was when Great Britain had an empire. We were apple girls from Canada, Zulus from Africa, tea pickers from India, and some were dressed as Scots, others from Ireland and Wales. I was an English milkmaid, complete with stool and milk pail. Some of us were chosen to ride on lorries. Who would be the lucky ones? Miss Downs, the teacher, called out the names. Gosh, my name came first. I was going to ride on a lorry. I still have a photograph among my treasured possessions. Off we went round the village, the sun shining and everybody happy, joining in the fun. Then back to school for tea, every child receiving a bag containing a bun and a cake. Mr. Wilson from the council presented us with commemorative beakers. He lived 2 doors away from me. I remember him telling me to look after it, and I would still have it when I was an old lady, which I have. The second day was also a royal occasion, this being the coronation of King George VI and Queen Elizabeth in 1937. This time we didn't have a carnival, but we did have a dancing display by the girls, and the boys did a physical training display on the cricket field, where the flat-topped houses were built in the 1940s, now known as Glebe Road. I remember wearing a white dress bought for me from a new shop in Workington called Marks and Spencer's. Nothing sold over 5 shillings. My elder sister embroidered French knots around the collar in red and blue to make it look more patriotic. Tea was again served. Yes, another bag and a bun and a cake. Then we had sports. But before we were halfway through, the heavens opened and our lovely white dresses were soaked. We were told to go home. Next day at school, we were all given a mug, which I still have. Hoppy beds. Yeah. Oh, we played hoppy beds.
Tell us about hoppy beds.
Oh, well, you used to have a stone, didn't you? So it was a slate, and you used to throw it in and into number 1 bed, as they called it, and then you had to jump over number 1 bed into number 2, and 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6 and 7. You went 1 leg in 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 you went put both legs down, and number 5 you put 1 leg, and 7 and 8 you put both legs down, and then when you got, and then you turned round and came back. And whichever bed, as they used to call it, your stone was in, you had to bend down and pick it up. And if you fell, or you dropped it, or you went down on 2 legs when you should have just been in 1 while you were out.
Were you good at that then?
Well, I used to like to play it.
So what was your favourite subject?
I used to like doing reading and sewing, and then we got used to have sewing, didn't we? You used to have to make a sewing bag to keep your sewing in. I've still got that with my initials on, MS. Embroidered in brown, embroidered.
Did you do a lot of sewing then at school?
It's done quite a bit, yes. You used to have sewing lessons, didn't you? I remember embroidering cushion cover in pink, and knitting. We used to knit tea cozies. And then during, well, because it was 1940, got a certificate for knitting for socks for the British forces. I think it's in Bible upstairs, in the big family Bible upstairs. This to say, presented to Margaret Steele for knitting comforts for the soldiers.